Blessings, everyone. It's Wednesday. Excuse me, my hair is wet. I've just been, I was in the shower a while ago and my hair's still wet. I'm just feeling it while I'm looking at the camera. I don't have a mirror at home, which is interesting. Not a proper mirror. And that says a lot. Anyway, yeah, it's the 22nd of August. Wednesday, apparently. It's very dark this morning in Edinburgh. Very atmospheric. We've had lots of sunshine this summer, and the sun has taken on, excuse me, a different emphasis for me over the past few years. I don't know how I can explain this. I know that my experience of sun has changed probably, excuse me, for the past, I'm getting around 8 years. It's my connection with Source, I feel, and also I get cold soul, which is interesting because that's also sun, and I do have a very sunny nature inside me, but my relationship with myself has changed so much over the past number of years. I can't put a time to it. The sun's rays and the energy from the sun is coming through, I feel, my being, and also really, been absorbing lots of these cosmic rays that are coming in, and this solar rays that are coming through me. I'm listening to them right now. I can hear them around me, and it's been increasing over the past, well, really since 2017. I would say that it's been constant. In the beginning, it was usually overnight, and then it started. I started feeling it during the daytime and hearing it, because it is about sound for me as well. It comes through my whole being. So my physical body is experiencing a great deal of charge through these energies, and this connection with the sun is interesting because I find that there's no inside and no outside, really, in terms of the illusion. Excuse me, I'm just getting a drink. There seems to be there seems to be more energetic connection with the sun. For example, I can be indoors and the sun is shining, and I may be coming into the space through the window, but I'm so tuned into energy and also into Mother Earth that I find that when it's been a sunny day, that I'm glowing as if I've been in the sun. When I haven't, I don't feel any need to go into sun, which is quite different from how I used to experience it, because I used to want to be in the sun. Yeah. So and I would bathe in the sun and do lots of lying around on sunny days and experience the sun through my skin. But I'm finding that nowadays, because my relationship with energy and with the sun, excuse me, is changing, then there's a great deal of warmth there that comes from inside me on days when it's sunny. So my skin will start to glow, and I feel the sun as a part of me, and it's an internal source of energy, not on the external at all. But I have to say that I do enjoy the energy that comes from the sun, and I have a longing to live in a warm climate where there is more light and more colour in terms of I feel the balancing out of my own energies there. More vibrancy. I'm very drawn to the Greek islands, which I've visited, and I've never experienced an ocean. I've always loved the ocean, and I used to swim a lot. But the Greek islands and this Aegean Sea and the Ionian Sea, there's a warmth and a translucent, crystalline source of energy that comes through. And it's literally just like being in a warm bath and bathing in these waters. And the energy over there as well, because I feel a connection with the ancient source. And there's something that calls me back continually to go and be there. So I have a feeling of connection there with all the colours and the vibrancy of being overseas and in a climate and an ocean that is energetically able to feed me. I'm a bit of a fish, I would say. Definitely mermaid energy, fish energy. I need water, and I'm a water sign as well. I'm a Scorpio, so yeah, there's a connection there with water and sun. I wanted to speak about the I'm really being shown strongly, and it's been going on for a few months and maybe longer, because I haven't got any sense of time. I guess it's difficult to put anything into the context of time. So I'm just aware that there's something coming into my energy more and more, and I'm being shown it as this a deep connection that I'm feeling with Hollywood and with the changes that are happening there. I sense that there is a movement in Hollywood that's really allowing the old Hollywood, the original Hollywood, and all these amazing stars. They were really they were stars in a way that we don't experience nowadays. It was part of that time, and magical souls. And I'm just aware that as we go through these shifts in energy and we move through this alignment with the new earth, and lots of souls that have been moving out of the body over the past few years. Very abrupt and very quick, which tends to happen with anyone who's seen at star level, famous people, where we have a deep connection with their energy as part of us, and they are moving into a higher source, which is done through their connection with the light and being free of the body. So the past few years, you will have noticed that there's a lot of movement happening there, and very prominent people that have been part of this illusion that's breaking. What I've been shown at the present time is this connection that I have with the feminine divine, and how the old Hollywood precedents in terms of the feminine and these gorgeous goddesses that were around, and their history and their stories of how they became famous, being seen for the first time, and really being approached to become the idols that they became, these screen idols, and beautiful women who were very much, again, part of that history, but is very much still part of the present in terms of how women have really become, I guess they've become known. There was a great deal of invisible, and it still exists, of course, but women being invisible in the world, and men with these women who were partners, who were part of their experience of life as they came together in partnership, and where she really needed that sense of support to allow her to be fully herself and to be embodied as this goddess energy. So these very famous actresses like Marilyn Monroe and these really gorgeous women who were around in the early days of Hollywood, who did lots of musicals and dance, and really powerful icons, who were, I was going to say, they kind of had the center stage in many ways, because of that time, and the need for these energies to be experienced at that level. So now we have, there seems to be a change happening, and I'm feeling the clearing happening through Hollywood, and it's been shown really through the internet particularly, where lots of actresses and women that are connected with Hollywood and that are making movies are coming out and talking about their experiences of becoming who they are, and their roles, and being able to identify with their natural state through a deep truth that's coming through. and honesty, of course, because there is a vulnerability there within the acting profession with men and women, where they really need to get themselves out of the way when they're playing any roles. And I feel it's part of our alignment at the moment as we become more and more self-realized, and we feel more and more of this essence inside us, particularly as women. There's a sense of vulnerability that's inside us that we live with. And also, there's a fear attached to that, of course, which I feel is part of this programming and this history that I speak about. So as more and more of the energy is moving through, and it can be a very fast release. These souls that are moving out of the body and into this bridge of light, but also sharing their experiences in their lifetimes with us through us being able to really tune into the consciousness and be part of that that greater consciousness. Yeah. So I'm just being silent for a moment. I'll let you feel that. It's the beauty of and the freedom there that was portrayed through early Hollywood days. Women who were able to play the role of this vulnerability that I speak about. Lots of media attention and lots of stories. And as I'm talking about this, I'm just tuning into Diana, who left in 1997, and her role as an advocate for the feminine. And there was a shift in consciousness in 1997 that she was part of. And her vulnerability that she showed, and her beauty that was very much part of that consciousness of the feminine, the heart, and really caring for issues that were arising. Diana was very much an advocate for the AIDS virus that was very painful to watch. And there was a great deal of connection there that was coming through as more truth was being revealed. And Hollywood, again, was part of that, where there was information that came through about Hollywood actors who had been very, very popular and who had been part of this this awareness of AIDS, and then movies, of course, being made about it. But anyway, I don't want to get into that too deeply. There seems to be a shift that's happening to do with awareness there, and I'm feeling it just now very strongly. There's less of a gap, I feel, between the the icons and the women and the male, the whole feeling of what Hollywood was, which was very, very powerful, very much a healing tool for humanity and for the planet. And this energy is really showing itself at the present time as a space of light. And there seems to be more and more awareness growing amongst us worldwide and as a human race, which is really bringing us all into the fold as one source. So the separation, I feel, is becoming less, and there's a need to recognize our own star energy inside us and our ability to really open up to these children that I was speaking about that are coming in, that are very much the children of the stars. So lots of, I'm seeing lots and lots of opening there. There's a generosity growing through the heart in terms of sharing and less need to really be silent. But it's also part of the sacred feminine in terms of how we live our lives as a sacred place of unity. So we're very much part of a whole sensitivity there to what this is. The sacred. What does it mean to be sacred? Are we living sacred lives? We are sacred, whether we believe it or not, because we came through the body of the mother, and the union with the mother was very much connected in with this sacred vehicle for life. And our connection with mother is changing as well, because we're living from a higher consciousness. We're really connected in with the mother on high, you might say. The mother energy is being elevated, and women who are in the role of mother, there's a need to understand that birthing and mothering are not separate, that we are birthing ourselves also through this process as women, and that the mother energy is very much self-encompassing, that even as a mother, we're being mothered, if you want to call it that. Is this energy from the Divine Mother and the sensitivity towards others, which would have been part of religion, possibly. Depends on your beliefs, but I'm feeling that being lifted and raised. And of course, the Magdalene energy is being raised also just now, where her energy is really becoming part of a whole unified field, which is beyond belief, but is more connected in with this beauty and this offering of the feminine divine. So the present energies are lifting us as women out of the role of need where we would be supported by our male, and into a place of unity, which allows us to be really fully embraced as part of the one energy, and we're connecting together as sisters on a deeper level, and supporting each other through what we share energetically. So you might be able to feel this if you are able to really feel into this. There's a whole lineage, you might call it, of sisterhood there that is part of the higher consciousness. And this raising of the energy lifts the sense of mothering into an awareness rather than it being a need to do. Now, that might sound strange, because it might not be what you're experiencing, but it is happening. There's a lightening of life. We don't need to do things in the way that we used to. It's not about striving, it's about living and allowing life to live through us. So as women, we can allow ourselves to trust that the children are loved, that they're cared for on a higher level, on a connected level with Source. And when we start to trust that energy, we can move out of this oppression that has been connected with the mother and the role of the mother, and this tradition, which has been really powerful in terms of weight that we've carried. We can feel that the weight of the world is on our shoulders as mothers. And I'm just really blessing this energy and asking for this energy to be felt amongst the women of the world, to allow us to really fully embrace our own sacred feminine, and really grounding this energy inside ourselves, which allows everything to be blessed in life as part of this sacred union. We know within ourselves, and it's the knowing part that needs to be heard and to be felt more deeply, and allowing this source of energy to be fully accepted as part of the lineage of women throughout history that no longer are in this place of contraction. It's interesting, that word contraction, because it's very connected with the womb. But the contraction is expanding. And it's not just at womb level, because we are actually expanding through the womb as women. As we are really going through this birthing process of the new earth. But there's a deeper awareness there within us, and this wisdom that we carry, which is very much a place that is supporting the source of life, and women throughout history who have been through this passageway of time, where there has been a sense of respect being needed and being identified with, as they are raised into the higher spheres of light. These powerful icons who are really blessing their history with freedom. It's very powerful. So as we move through these energies that we're experiencing at the present time, we're freeing up the collective, allowing this bridge of light that I speak of, which is connected with the star kingdoms and these amazing sources of energy of the collective, and these souls who brought so many gifts to Earth, and who shared their gifts through so much joy that was experienced, and really their path there, which was their history in the physical form that is known to humanity, that has been written about. There's been movies made about it, and what probably will continue. But there's a lightening of this experience I'm feeling, where it's being fully earthed, and there's a whole grounding happening to do with the divine feminine, and this powerful source of beauty that comes through. So I'm just sending some energy through today. I'm going to do a short meditation on this also, which might help. But I feel I'm being called to do this. So if you would like to tune in, if you're listening, and really tuning in inside to the source of life, and this expansion of beauty and a deep love for life. The feminine heart, the heart of the woman inside. Her ability to give without question. And this continuous flow of energy that is connected with the shift in consciousness and the light of who we are. And deeply aware of the presence of life. So we're really just opening the gateways inside, connected with the mother as a source of life, a vehicle for the movement of these energies. The womb and the heart. And we're just raising the frequency of this source of energy, raising the mother experience into the light of the one and the allowance of the natural flow of life. And the recognition of our own inner awakening, the awareness and the joy of freedom from inside. I'm just blessing these energies, saying thank you for life. Deep gratitude for all that has come before us and the raising of consciousness into the light of who we truly are as blessed women of soul. So just asking for the soul light to shine from inside. Really just opening this gateway into the beauty and the resonance of soul. Being fully awakened into the joy of who we truly are. So just breathe in this energy. And we're really just breathing through the sacral and through the root chakra. Breathing in this deep awareness and this deep connection with the source of life. So blessings to all the sisters out there. It was quite powerful. And have a beautiful day. And I'll speak to you again. Namaste.